Hello buddy and welcome, I'm Comodin, and today we're going to be ranking every Thrust design from worst to best, also known as Squid Head.
My name is Thrust! T-H-R-U-S-T, is that so difficult to remember?
Throughout the years, Squid Head has actually had a wide range of unique designs that's going to make this very interesting to look at. So, without further ado, let's just dive straight into the tier names. And first up, of course, had to be...
Don't you just love watching those miserable mechanical morons attempting to attack me, Squidhead?
I wish he wouldn't call me that anymore. How would he like to be called Flathead?
And now for the second tier.
Maximal signature detected.
Party time. Thrust. Overdrive.
And now for the middle tier.
I say Megatron will prevail.
The Energon Cube says you're wrong.
Make it 4.
And now for the fourth tier.
You pile of reject parts,
Reject parts.
And finally, for the worst tier.
Galvatron, you can't just leave me here, please!
Thrust, if you dare to have dreams of power, you will be consumed by them.
First up is of course Generation 1. Now in the cartoon, they decided to just have the cones up. That was never intentional for the toy, but I'm glad that the cartoon designers made that choice because of course the iconic trio of the cone heads is just something unique. I don't know what it is about it. It's just, to make them so distinct, they just needed to stick a giant cone on their head. Of course, they've got differences as well in terms of how their wings are. I've always liked this about Thrust. You know, it's just like a pick your colour. Which colour is your favourite? And I love all of them. Thrust in particular, you know, he's just had some great moments throughout the series. He's kind of like the sulky, sarky one and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've always had sort of a soft spot for this guy, and his toys over the years based on the G1 design have really been faithful, to be fair. I mean, we have the original timeline / generations, which is the least accurate one, just when it comes to the wings and everything. But as we've evolved over time, there's been various ones like the Earthrise that's been very accurate and very faithful to the cartoon. No doubt that that's going to get a brand new mold soon, considering that the Seekers of the 86 line has been updated for Studio Series, so expect an update of Thrust and the rest of the Coneheads sometime soon. But yeah, no, when it comes to his sort of G1 design, he's had various appearances. We've got one here from the War Within, which is somewhat of a Cybertronian-like mode, but there's nothing really distinct or really much to talk about here in this one. The only kind of interesting thing is just how he was depicted in the Earth Wars game. It was just a straight up recolor of Ramjet, but due to fan backlash they changed it and he looks more accurate now. So yeah, it's kind of like, why would they do that? I'm going to sort of put that in the middle because a lot of people sort of like that look, even though it's just straight up Ramjet. Take your pick really, which one you prefer. But the other thing to really notice is the Creo one, which is kind of a bit weird, to be fair. I don't know why. This gives me bad vibes. I don't really like this one. He just looks like a bit of a gremlin, really. His next big incarnation would come in Beast Wars 2nd, where he is a yellow flying banana. Yeah, he is kind of an interesting character in the show. He has his moments. He does go through somewhat of a weird evolution. I mean, his original toy is based on the Megatron mold from the Machine Wars, but then when he upgrades and becomes basically Dinobot from Beast Wars. And he also has a very weird weapon. At a very painful location. But whatever, I mean, in animation it looks cool, but the actual toys themselves, not so much. The name Thrust would return in Beast Machines, where he is a drone created by Megatron, but the spark, the soul inside, is actually Waspinator, so people like to call him the Thrustinator. I actually like him when he's just Thrust. Of course, the reveal of it being Waspinator is just hilarious and damn well unfortunate, but regardless, Thrust as a character, before we find out about this, is actually pretty neat, and I actually do like the alt vehicle mode, and he's got some really deep, sarky lines, and very opposite to Waspinator. His original toy, however, didn't really turn out so great because they didn't actually know what the final model of the show was going to be, and the toys are just so different compared to the actual show models, which is really unfortunate, but they would eventually rectify it, so he did get a proper accurate toy from the show. But this original one is just batshit insane. This is crazy to me. It's just jarring. I can't imagine a kid being excited of having this toy. But when it comes to the Beast Wars Uprising design, they've kind of made it a bit more robotic, a bit more solid and strong of a design instead of it being sort of hollow in many spaces. And yeah, it looks okay. It's fine. They actually did make a toy called the Frostinator, and to me this is just trash. I don't like this at all. It's of course a redeco of Waspinator. It's give it or take it, whether you love it or you hate it. This was part of a subscription service. What a hell of a subscription service. Maybe that was too mean. I don't know, I just don't like it. I like the sort of concept of it, but this as a toy, yeah, no, it's just a waste of time. Next up is Armada, the great, or worse, military strategist of the Decepticons. He is basically G1 Starscream in a nutshell. Honestly, one of the best versions of Thrust, and I really like it. Even though he's not holding that traditional colour scheme, I do like the green a lot. I think it works for the character. Of course, in the Power Links line, he was given a redeco to be more faithfully accurate, and I just don't think it works. I really much prefer the green and grey. I think it works a lot. They also did another one as well, another colour scheme that's just basically supposed to be Dirge. They just wanted to do that trio to just satisfy old fans, but I owned the original toy and it was just really fun to have, and I'm really looking forward to the updated version because we really do need one. He deserves an update. But yeah, the character in the show was just hilarious. I love how he was introduced in this sort of dark, you know, monotone sort of voice, and then as the series went on, he just went more cackling and more squid-like, especially. But yeah, his fate was so satisfying in the end. I was so glad that he died. The only toy Armada Thrust has had since was in 2016. It was Unite Warriors line. It was basically just a redeco retool of Air Raid though. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool actually. It's not really that bad, but we definitely need that updated one for sure. I might as well throw in the Earth Wars Armada Thrust alternate skin. It's basically just the G1 design with the Armada colours, and it actually looks pretty good. Not bad. Not ideal, but not bad either. Even though he died, he was in Transformers Cybertron, but it was just basically a different character with the same name. He was just a Minicon, basically. He is a redeco of Energon Scatter. What's also funny is that he died in the comics, so I guess having the name Thrust comes with a curse. And why not, for the fun of it, I'll throw in the Titanium version, which is just Cybertron Starscream with Thrust colours. Yeah, very boring. Also really boring is the Transformers animated one. I hate to say it, but to me, I just think this should have been completely different. I would have loved some parts and pieces like wings to be altered, etc. I know it's basically just a copy of Ramjet and all that, which is fine, it's whatever. The only interesting thing about Thrust from animated is that he represents envy. He was initially planned to represent greed, but he was swapped with Dirge for whatever reason. I want to give a shout out to DeviantArt artist Cool18 because this is exactly what I wanted. This is perfect. This is just, all three of them are amazing. This is exactly what I wanted from the series. And yeah, this is just, wow. This is what we could have had. We do see him very briefly in the Hearts of Steel, and I like this silhouette. This design is just awesome. I actually want a full character model sheet of this because just to have this in just one little panel is such a crime. It is such a shame. I really wish that a third-party company would sort of make something of this and give us the Conehead trio, but one can only hope. Not really notable, but I'll throw in the IDW one because why not? I mean, he's there. He's just kind of there. He's not really had anything significant in the comics himself, so his design has varied. But yeah, it's alright. It's cool. Kind of gutted that he never appeared in any of the Michael Bay live-action films, but he did get a toy, and it is a retool / redeco of Revenge of the Fallen Breakaway, but I like it in Thrust colours. The F-35 Lightning Joint Strike Fighter looks really cool in these red colors. I just love this. I think this is one of my favorite designs. Yes, it is just breakaway, but I kind of prefer it more as thrust. Like, it just represents the cone heads really well, because I like how the cone is sticking out. I know it's iconic to be on top, but I don't know why. This really vibes with me. Not really so much as a vibe as the crash landing attack pack, where he's just basically given ramjet colors. Bumblebee also looks hideous here, but regardless, the original 2009 deluxe class is really cool, and I really want to track one down someday because this is really nice. Not really that nice is the Bumblebee movie one. It sounds crazy to say, but to call this thrust is just lacking, in my opinion. I mean, it looks fine, it's okay, but to me, it's just not there. The head actually needs to be a cone, not just a back piece. I don't know, there's a lot about this I don't like, because yes, I get it, it's sharing the same mold like all the G1 other characters did and that, but to me, I just would have loved something a little bit different. I guess I like the nod to the Armada green, but still, regardless, they could have just made this red. It's also quite sad that this guy was shelf warmed quite a bit, well, at least in every store that I went to. Perhaps the most painfully boring one is actually the Cyberverse one. This is worse than the Transformers Animated one, because at least with Transformers Animated, they gave him a cone for the head. But in Cyberverse, they just forgot to do that, or they just didn't want to do that. I don't know what the story is, but yeah, that sucks. At least there's redemption when it comes to Transformers 1. Yeah, I spotted this dude in the background. A lot of us was just like, hey, the Coneheads are here. Nice. It's a shame that we never actually got to see anything else more of them, except for just being background characters, but I think that's fine for the context of the movie and everything, and yeah, he just looks great. Traditional looking thrust, finally having his cone on his head. It felt so long since we saw the cone on his head again. But there we have it, yeah. Now let's talk about some fan art, because I want to celebrate some great fan art out there. And first up, we have Ultra Jaeger Solo, and this is a really blocky and really menacing looking design. I love this a lot. I love how big it is. That's what I mean. Like, I love how you've got the iconic wings just like so massive at the back, and then also on the legs as well. This is actually really neat. I like this a lot. I just that face is terrifying. Yeah. But I like how the shoulders are and everything. This is really sick. This is really awesome. Yeah, really great design. Also great design is by Shardik Art, and this is an actual squid, and it's so appropriate. I love this so much. I never thought I'd see Frost actually looking like a squid. Yeah, this is really cool. I like the colours on this, the dark maroon blending in Generation 1, but then also paying homage to that joke in Armada. The wings are really well nice on the shoulders as well. Really cool, really great fan art. Also really great is Prime Scourgers. This is what I would have liked in Transformers Animated. They could have just broken away from G1 tradition and just given us Armada first, and I think this would have worked really well actually in the show to have something different for once. But yeah, it's a shame, but great design. This is really nice. Right, next up we have Odysseus's design, and I like how you've given the original rifle from War for Cybertron there. That looks really good on thrust. This is just really nice. I like everything about this. The energon glowing all over him, and the way how the wings are at the back like that. Yeah, this is a really menacing thrust. He actually looks really good here, and I like this mecha sort of Japanese robot take. Really cool. Everything you do with your designs is really neat. Next up we have Chirino, which sort of pays homage to Armada with the green colours, but gives us something completely new and different, and I love everything about this. I like how the shoulders are, and I like how long the legs are with the wings being at the back like that, giving us a back and front profile. I like that you do that. And his fingers as well, really nice. That head design is really neat. Yeah, great version of Thrust, actually. This is really nice. I like this. And now for our last fan art design, we have Azuli Pink, and it's like giving me Skylinks vibes like you put in the art piece there. This is really cool. I like how you've called back to the Revenge of the Fallen one. I don't see a lot of fan art on that Revenge of the Fallen design, so I'm glad that you've done it. And this is great design. I like how the structure of the body is all the way up to the top. Yeah, sort of part of the Skylinks family members with that head design there. Really nice, really neat. Love the red on this. Really good. And there we have it, guys, every Frost design ranked from worst to best. If I had to pick an all-time favourite, you know it's got to be Armada, but let me know which is your personal favourite in the comment section below. And to keep updated, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and click on that notification bell to get all updates instantly. I've already listed all of the characters that I'm going to be doing in June, so you can have a look at that right there. So yeah, stay tuned for all the videos to come this month. Until then, I've been Comodin Cam, and goodbye.
So why don't you share your little joke with everyone?
I wasn't laughing, sir.
Flathead.
Boy, I can really dish it out.
You are a freak.